What's up, everybody? It's the Digital World Podcast, and I've been talking a lot on this channel about power outages. Now, we've seen a lot of power outages across the United States. There has also been power outages, worldwide. But obviously, we're concerned with what can affect us directly. Not to say that we shouldn't pay attention to what happens internationally, because that could, be a sign of things that may come. Now, here is an interesting article on Zero Hedge that I found that said Zimbabwe begins daily 12-hour power cuts amid shortage. Okay, and this is interesting because, obviously it starts with um, all the money printing that the nation is doing. But then it says, with all the money printing, one could expect the country could afford additional power generation plants or at least import energy while conducting maintenance work at its largest power station. But that's not the case. The ZETDCS cut power to customers for 12 hours per day during upgrades at their, power stations. Also, you see here, this is the city, all blacked out. And they're only getting 12 hours a day. Then it says that they're experiencing a power shortfall due to generation and limited imports. The power company conducted load shedding to balance the power supply available and the connected load. This involves widespread cuts to industrial and agricultural areas. Hospitals, water, sewer installations, and oxygen producing plants are going to be spared during the blackouts. So that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. But we can see that disruptions could be seen. Traffic disruptions are expected. Trains might experience delays. Severe risk that ATMs and petrol stations could go dark. Folks, if something like this were to happen here in the States, people would go crazy, because you may not have access to an ATM to withdraw money, or you may not be able to go to a bank because maybe they're experiencing power outages. And this is a real thing. With the economy in shambles, the Zimbabwe government is learning the hard way it simply can't print electricity. Meanwhile, as the country struggles with its sorry, I can't read today, hyperinflation, its finance minister urged citizens to invest in understanding emerging innovations like Bitcoin, which ironically will be impossible to mine given the power outages. Yeah, that wouldn't make sense whatsoever. But the point of the matter is here, what I want to address is this. Most of the energy or electricity we produce today, and it could vary from state to state, but it's using fossil fuels. Okay? And a point I want to make in that is, because there's a big transition to, solar energy. However, if we try to transition too fast, there's just no way we can scale to the amount of energy needed to produce for millions and millions of people in a country such as the US. And so if a catastrophe happened to hit, like what happened in the ice storm in Texas, it would literally wipe out all these solar energy plants. Okay? And that's why I always warn about power outages. There's been many reports in different cities of power outages. Now, this is not anything to scare you, but more so to keep this in mind. Where we're seeing a lot of power cuts, a lot of power outages, not just, internationally, but domestically here in the States. And if something like this were to happen, people would freak. And that could cause disruptions in traffic, trains, your banking. Folks, it's not a far gone conclusion that this can't happen. Very possible. So this is just kind of something to keep you aware and keep you open to the potential that a power outage can happen. And what's important is that you're situated accordingly. That's why I talk about having a financial plan, and I drill that every single day. And it might get annoying, but folks, if you're invested and you have investments, whether that be in the stock market or the crypto market, although I primarily focus in the crypto market, you have to have a financial plan. Tomorrow's not promised. And when these prices go up, and you're able to take a profits. I mean, this is everyone has their own plan and everyone knows what they're doing. But if you don't have a plan, you have to think about what you're going to do. Because, like I've been warning, and I'm going to keep warning on this channel every day, the reverse repo market spiked in September of 2019. And that usually warns of a financial crisis. And so it's just a matter of time before we get hit hard. And it's usually 2 to 3 years afterwards. You can't time these things, but all signs point to, 2022, 2023, where we're seeing some serious financial crises happening. So, folks, keep in mind these power outages. Keep in mind the financial crises. This is more of an opportunity, okay? Because if you take profits and you have money on the sidelines, when things come down, you'll be able to buy them at a cheap price because you were smart. You had a financial plan and you had everything ready to go. Okay. Hope this episode has brought you some value. Like and subscribe. Comment below. What are your thoughts? Tell me what you think. Is a power outage possible? And if it were, what are some scenarios you think would happen? Let me know in the comment section below. This is the Digital World Podcast, and I'll see you in the next episode.